All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Indy Race 1. Wessel Stevens and Adam Barker have the front row. Rudolph Gunther, David Gallant on the second. Mike Marshall, Waleed Fez have the third row. Simon Zierk and Jason Leonard on the fourth row. Barry Wehrman and Ronnie Wimberly makes it in at the last moment. Ronnie likely not to be in race 1. We will expect to see him on the grid for race 2. As all the drivers begin to take to the grid here at Indy. And as always, folks, if you have a favorite driver in the field, don't forget to drop in the comments. Let us know who you're cheering for. There was a bit of a discussion during pre-race about replacing who would replace Danica Patrick for F1. And I think most of these guys agreed it should be me. So, you know, F1, if you're listening, I'm available. I'm willing to travel. Alright, looks like everybody but Ronnie is on the grid as expected. You'll likely see Ronnie Wimberly take to the track in race 2. Don't forget to check him out. Ronnie Wimberly is on Twitch and YouTube under Quad Racing, and you definitely want to go and watch some of his videos. Ronnie is a quadriplegic that drives with a device called a quad stick in his mouth. You get a chance, go watch him at the Nürburgring. He blows away people that have 8 arms and 4 legs. He is that fast. Everybody getting some heat in the tires. The drivers were concerned about a short pace lap here this morning. It does appear they're going to get the full pace lap. The drivers were concerned about getting some heat into the tires. Track temperature has come up, as has the air temperature as it gets a little bit later into the day. Track temperature was about 5 degrees cooler during practice, and the air temperature was a hair cooler as well. So lap time's liable to be a little bit slower as the day goes on. These long straightaways will definitely give the Mercedes an advantage here this morning. And obviously the Porsche will struggle. He'll need, Rudolph Gunther will need some drafting help. It is great to see Simon Zierk back on track. We have not seen him all season. Didn't see him much of last season either, but that black and blue BMW back on track, man. It is great to see him back out there. Question is, how much rust does he have? Will he be able to reclaim the podium this morning? All right, here they come into the final sector. The Porsche pace car will head to pit road. There you see the pit road entry. Could get a little tricky in race 2, but here we go, race 1. As they come out of the final turn, Wessel can fire anytime. And Wessel has fired. They are down and away. Green flag is in the air at the Brickyard. Everybody gets single file for the most part. Adam looks to the inside. We may have 3 wide going into turn 1. Everybody makes it through turn 1 okay. Wessel Stevens out front. Waleed Feza and Simon Zierk battling at the moment. Waleed in the Mercedes will have the advantage. Holy cow! I can tell you, a lot of the drivers are taking that last curb. They are full sending across it. And it does appear Simon got a slowdown coming through that last sector. Wessel Stevens still out front. Barker, though, right behind. Rudolph is out of shape. He slams the inside wall. Whoa! Wessel got a little squirrely coming in there. Barker got right back to his bumper. Wessel manages to recover as they head back out onto the front stretch to complete lap 1. And Wessel will lead it. Let's take another look at Rudolph Gunther. There's Rudolph in the Porsche. He did say it's a bit tail happy here this morning. On the power out of the turn, he slams the inside wall, and Rudolph has had another problem. Looks like headed toward turn 1 and a big battle behind. Oh, Rudolph just cuts back to the right a little too hard. Does manage to keep it out of the wall, but he has dropped to the tail. Definitely a bumpy start for the Porsche. Everybody else seems to be okay. David Gallant now up into third, right on Adam Barker's bumper. Mike Marshall now up into fourth. Waleed Feza in fifth. Simon Zierk now up to sixth. Jason Lawrence in seventh, or Jason Leonard, excuse me, in seventh. Newcomer Barry Wehrman up to eighth, and obviously Rudolph slipping back to ninth. David Gallant does have the fastest lap of the morning so far. Meanwhile, looks like Barker on the bumper. Wessel trying to set up for the pass. He looks to the outside. Wessel able to go a little bit deeper. Adam fighting back though. Adam will have the inside. Oh, contact! And Adam's front grille went flying. David Gallant took the opportunity. He shoots to the lead. Wessel Stevens now in second, Barker in third. How long will Gallant be able to hold on to the lead here? Gallant saw that opportunity, was able to slip by. Wessel Stevens trying to stay in his slipstream as they head toward turn 1. Wessel is wickedly loose on entry, but he is now trying to get alongside Gallant. Can't get there. Meanwhile, Rudolph Gunther did set the fastest lap. He is trying to charge back. He is almost caught up with the rookie, Barry Wehrman. The top three still nose to tail. A bit of a gap back to fourth place, Waleed Feza. Waleed 2.3 seconds back is starting to close back in. Now that he has gotten past Mike Marshall as Wessel Stevens goes for the lead. Man, seeing a little bit of contact here in the early going this morning. Wessel leads him out of the final turn down the front stretch. And Barry Wehrman has had a problem back behind. There's Barry in the BMW just on the power. It looked like he got squirrely, gathered it up, but overshot into the grass. David Gallant, meanwhile, has reclaimed the lead. And the battle between Adam and Wessel still going, as Adam now into second, Wessel back to third. That is allowing Waleed Feza to inch closer, now just 2.1 seconds back. Mike Marshall staying with him. Does appear Waleed got a slowdown though in that last sector. He's got to try and burn it off through here so he can get onto the front stretch with as much speed as possible. He gets it burned off, but Mike Marshall almost takes the position. And here they go into turn 1, 3 wide. Oh, Gallant is around. Wessel to the lead. Waleed Feza now in second. And David Gallant has gone to pit road. Let's take a look at this from the chopper. Waleed just gets a run to the inside. Gallant didn't know he was there. Adam gets into him. Both cars take damage. Ouch. What a setback. Gallant had quite a run going. Now Waleed Feza is taking the lead. Wessel had a problem a moment ago. See if we can see what happened to Wessel Stevens. There's Wessel coming through the infield, just on the power out of the left-hander a little too much, and he ends up tapping that outside wall. That original top three, man, that has shaken up dramatically. Waleed Feza now to the lead. Mike Marshall in second, and look who's back up on the podium at the moment. Simon Zierk is in third. Jason Leonard now to fourth. Adam Barker in fifth. Wessel in sixth. Rudolph Gunther in seventh. And Barry Wehrman in eighth. We talked about a point shakeup this morning. Well, so far, it's getting a big shakeup this morning. Remember, the top 7 in the finishing order will invert in race 2. As of now, that'll put Rudolph Gunther on the podium for race 2. Waleed Feza out front, but Mike Marshall in striking distance, and Simon Zierk just set the fastest lap. Simon on the attack, trying to close the gap on Mike Marshall, is 1.8 seconds behind. Waleed starting to pull a bit of a gap on Mike Marshall at the moment. Wessel Stevens back in 6, is closing back in on Adam Barker. Jason Leonard now 4 spots into 4th. But he has the 2 Mercedes closing in from behind. Good morning, DJ. How are you? Waleed still has the lead. And about a 1-second lead on Mike Marshall. Simon Zierk has lost a little ground, now about 2 seconds back. Jason Leonard at 4 now has Adam Barker right on his bumper. Adam did just set the fastest lap, despite the damage to the front of the Mercedes. And here we go. Adam shoots to the inside. Adam Barker now to 4th, and right behind comes points leader Wessel Stevens. DJ, I'm glad you're feeling better, buddy. I completely understand. I've been there. Waleed Feza out front has opened up an almost 1.5 second lead on Mike Marshall. Simon Zierk in 3rd is starting to close back in on Mike. Now Jason Leonard has Wessel looking to the inside as they head toward turn 1. All right, both of those Mercedes, both Adam and Wessel missing that front grille. Well, DJ, I certainly hope it passes quickly. Interestingly, Waleed Feza is the only fully intact Mercedes on track at the moment. Simon Zierk back on track this morning in 3rd, still trying to reel in. 2nd place, Mike Marshall. Mike about 1.7 seconds behind Waleed as Jason Leonard has had a problem behind. There's Jason in the Mustang. You saw the twitch out of the back end, just overshoots it. Finally gets it gathered up. Well, the invert into race 2. Things are really going to get interesting. Waleed did just set the fastest lap so far, 124.26. As Simon Ziert continues to inch closer and closer to Mike Marshall, Adam Barker about 3.6 seconds back, with Wessel closing in on him. I don't believe Waleed has been to victory lane yet this season. He has not. Today could be the first time. But any mistake in the last 4 minutes of this race could see Mike Marshall to victory lane for the first time ever in NSS competition. Would also be the first time the Aston Martin has been to victory lane. Adam Barker now just 3.1 seconds behind Simon. Did just set the fastest lap. These lap times, despite the track warming up, the lap times are coming down. Waleed's lead about 1.5 seconds over Mike. This top three all separated by about 3 seconds, but on any given lap, one of these three is faster. This group tends to tighten up and then spread out. And Adam Barker continuing to inch closer, now 2.6 seconds back from Simon. Wessel just over 2 seconds behind. Rudolph Gunther now in 6th, is actually closing in on the Mercedes of Wessel Stevens. An impressive run for Adam Barker considering the damage that car has taken. To still be closing in on all the cars ahead. Waleed comes back in, could see the white flag this time. As he comes out of the final turn, back onto the front straightaway here at Indy. Will Barney wave the white flag? I did not see Barney waving the white flag. Take a look from a different angle as Jason Leonard comes through. Nope, no white flag from Barney that time. Waleed's lead about 1.3 seconds. The Aston is getting closer. Simon getting closer, but Barker getting even closer now, just 1.25 seconds back. And with likely another lap to go, if Mike Marshall catches Waleed, this whole pack could tighten back up. Waleed into that final couple of turns. out of the final turn, back onto the front straightaway. Barney is waving the white flag one more time around. Waleed Feza may head to victory lane for the first time this season. Adam Barker continues to close in on Simon. And Rudolph Gunther has caught Wessel. Mike Marshall still about 1.6 seconds behind the leader. Mike Marshall lost a lot of ground on that straightaway. Those Mercedes just too fast in a straight line. If you're not in their slipstream, you're gonna lose some ground. And here comes Waleed Feza. He sends it toward the final turn. He is gonna do it, his first win of the season. Waleed Feza wins at the Brickyard. And of course, the regular celebration. Let's talk to our top three, starting with Simon Zierk. Well, Simon, welcome back. You come back and show them you still remember how to drive a race car.
Oh yeah, it's good to be back, but I don't deserve to finish in a third from pace alone, so I was lucky in the race.
Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, man. You had a heck of a run, and you were reeling in the guys ahead there a little bit. Going into race 2, how are you feeling?
I think I will end up somewhere in the middle to the end of the pack, but let's see how the feature race will turn out. So I was happy that the first race was only 20 minutes, just a few laps more, and Adam had caught me.
Well, man, it is great to see you back and a great run this morning. Congratulations.
Thank you, Doug.
Mike Marshall comes home in second. Mike, it turns out you don't need Q to weaponize an Aston. You had a bit of speed this morning.
A little bit, just not quite enough in the end. I was trying to save the tires for a late lunge, and I think I might have saved a little too much.
Well, you did have a bit of a late lunge. With about 2 or 3 laps to go, you really started closing the gap, just wasn't quite fast enough.
Exactly. If I'd have started it maybe a lap or 2 earlier, I could have done a little something, but I started too late.
Well, man, we have seen you being faster all season long and a lot of last season being faster. Will we see you in victory lane today, or which race this season are you planning to win?
Hopefully the next one.
Oh, man.
But I'll take any of them.
But, man, it has been a great season so far. Congratulations, a great finish.
All right, thanks, Doug.
And finally, our winner, Waleed Feza. Waleed, your first win of the season, and man, you were dang fast this morning. Also noting the only Mercedes that made it through unscathed.
Yeah, look, it was a nice race. I made this pass on Mike in turn 4, I think, and then it was just about trying to keep it on track, especially since the guys in front had a small crash. So good race here.
It definitely was, and you had a bunch of speed, especially on the straightaways. That Mercedes is super fast, but it seemed like maybe you were getting out of the final turn a little bit faster than most. You really had the biggest run down the front stretch.
Yeah, especially Mike also behind was super fast. I think I had, an edge on the straight, but he was very quick in the turns. So it was tough, but we made it work.
Well, man, congratulations. A heck of a race and a great win. But now you got to start from 7th. Can you come back through the field and pull it off again?
It will be difficult since, Vessel, Adam are very, very fast. So we'll do our best, but it's going to be a tough one.
Well, good luck and a heck of a run this morning.
Thanks, Doug.
Oh, you can tell Waleed is a bit excited. He's happy to get that first win of the season. A lot of times, getting that first win will break you through any slump, and all of a sudden you're in victory lane a lot. We'll be able to tell this morning just how fast he really is. Drivers making final adjustments going into race 2. They will have to conserve some tire and some fuel. Jason Leonard coming out. We saw Adam Barker practicing pit road entry. That could be a big one this morning, as there is a bit of track before you get to the pit road cone, the speed commitment cone. So guys are going to have to be careful heading to pit road, making sure they carry as much speed as possible, but keeping it out of the wall. Surprisingly, with 2 Fords on track this morning, neither one has spontaneously combusted and no signs of massive oil leaks on track. It's a Christmas miracle, folks. Good morning, Pudsey. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go for race 2. Jason Leonard, Rudolph Gunther on the front row, Wessel Stevens, Adam Barker side by side again on the second row. Simon Zierk, Mike Marshall have the third row, Waleed Feza, Barry Wehrman on the fourth, David Gallant, and Ronnie Wimberly rounding out the field. And Pudsey says that looks like a broken ice cream scoop, and I never noticed it, but now I do. Hey, good morning, David. All right, pace car is rolling. It is hilarious when Pudsey comes along and tells us what the track looks like, because you'll never get it out of your head again. This is why I have to check track maps before every race so that I can laugh off camera. Alright, track temperature has come up, as has the air temperature. Now 82-degree track, 71-degree air temperature. I heard some of the drivers talking about conserving the tires. That's going to be key here in race 2. And Rudolph Gunther starting on the front row, as we mentioned before race 1. That Porsche does lack the straight line speed, but it didn't seem to bother Rudolph. He set one of the fast laps during race 1 and was gaining on the cars ahead. David, yeah, the drivers talked about it during practice today that they are glad to have a full lap to get some heat into the tires. A lot of concerns about diving it into turn 1 on cold tires this morning. And given the way turn 1 went last race for Adam, Wessel, and David, anything could happen. Ronnie Wimberly did take the grid, but Barry Wehrman did not. Ronnie is in the quad racing Ferrari. Does not look like Ronnie is live at the moment, but check out quad racing on Twitch and Facebook, or Twitch and YouTube. Go watch one of his Nürburgring races, and he is faster with that quad stick than some people are with extra feet and extra hands. Pace car is in as they come out of the final turn. Jason Leonard in control. He fires, they are away, and the green flag flies once again in Indy. Wessel already on the attack, and whoa! David Gallant is charging. 2 and 3 wide through turn 1. Everybody makes it. Had a good morning count. Wessel Stevens jumps to the lead quickly. Adam Barker now to second. Already the field shaken up. Wall lead on the attack as Jason Leonard, Mike Marshall, and David Gallant have a 3-car battle onto the backstretch. Wessel Stevens came into the morning. Waleed is really on the move as he's side by side. Just came past Simon. Wessel Stevens came into the morning with the points lead with that race 1 shakeup between him and Adam. The points are definitely going to shake up a bit here after this week, as Mike Marshall has had a problem in the Aston. And let's see if we can see what happened to Mike Marshall. There's Mike coming through that. Oh, a bit of a check up there. They end up 3 wide with Mike in the middle. Looking down from the chopper, keep an eye on this one. Mike in that green Aston shoots up the middle, but gets the tap that sends him out into the grass. Well, that was eventful. A little bit of a battle going on. Jason Leonard is off track. Waleed Feza has lost some ground as well. A little bit of chaos back behind. Let's see if we can see what happened. Looks like it started with Waleed. All right, there's Waleed in the Mercedes. Just loses the back end. Keeps it out of the wall, though. Jason Leonard slips by. Jason overshoots that turn into the grass. tries to come back on as Mike Waleed and Ronnie come by. And the battle for the lead is heating up. Wessel versus Adam. Adam looked to the inside. Didn't have enough of a run. Remember, during race 1, Adam was making the attack for the outside, coming down that back straightaway. That seemed to work a lot better than going to the inside. He might just be trying to throw Wessel off a little bit. Rudolph Gunther slid back into third. David Gallant now up 5 spots into fourth. After an early end in race 1, he is definitely on the march. And Rudolph Gunther set the fastest lap last time by. What that Porsche lacks in straight line speed, it is definitely making up through the turns. Waleed Feza trying to make some ground up now as well. Waleed now up into 6th. Trying to run down 5th place, Simon Zierk. David, yep, Wessel and Adam both running the Mercedes this morning. Both had a bit of a wreck in turn 1 with David Gallant. Both ran the last half of the race with front end damage. And now both battling for 1st and 2nd. Meanwhile, Rudolph Gunther about 1.6 seconds back. He is inching closer. But they all might want to worry about David Gallant. He is 4 seconds back after starting dead last. He has already marched up to 4th and continues to get closer. Although Gallant isn't a Ford, it's likely not going to survive. Rudolph Gunther currently in 3rd, still trying to close in on the top 2. If these two start battling even the least little bit, Rudolph will be right on their bumper. Mike Marshall had a ton of speed in race 1. Surprisingly, this season, that Aston has not been the fastest car out there, but he has managed to get a lot of speed out of it. And as we mentioned, he is going to have Q weaponize it very soon, so you never know. Wessel Stevens did set the fastest lap so far last time by, but Adam's still right there with him. We talked about during the warm-up the fact that some of these guys talked about conserving. Neither one of these two are conserving anything. Both drivers just full send, and they'll get what they get out of it. Pit stops could be interesting. David Gallant got a slowdown through that last sector. Trying to get it burned off, but before the front stretch, he does. Simon Zierk back in 5th, about 2.6 seconds back. Waleed in 6th. Mike Marshall in 7th. Mike still within striking distance and closing. I did hear a couple of the drivers this morning talking about that Aston having a ton of drive off. Drivers thought they got off a turn really good, but the Aston just powers out. Adam Barker and Wessel Stevens battle for the lead. Whoa, that got tight. These two going back and forth has brought Rudolph Gunther even closer. Now just 1.1 seconds behind. Wessel still has the lead for the moment. Remember, Wessel came into the morning with the points lead. Adam, surprisingly, 4th in points coming into this morning. Yep, doing okay, Count. How are you, bud? All right, down the back straightaway. This is generally where we see Adam make his attack. Wessel has learned to protect that outside, though. Adam able to drive just a little bit deeper in, but not enough to set it up. Congratulations, Count. I knew you'd get it quickly. Folks, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. We put out a post on Facebook yesterday. It sounds like, oh, we've got a battle for the lead. Adam has a run into turn 1, and he makes it stick. And for the moment, Barker to the lead. As we were saying, we made a post on Facebook yesterday. The Unicorn and I will be doing some spooky games next week. So we put out a vote. Let you guys comment. Tell us what spooky game we should look into. Count, as I recall from the original, the last 5 battles were brutal in the original. But it has been a while, so my memory could be crap. Adam's starting to open up a gap, and despite that battle, Rudolph Gunther has now slipped about 1.5 seconds back. Neva Gallant still in 4th, Simon in 5th. Mike Marshall in 6th. Waleed Feza has slipped back to 7th. Looks like he had a bit of an incident a moment ago while that lead battle was going on. There's Waleed coming down that back straight. Oh, he hits the curbing. Just hits that curb wrong, and it sends him off into the infield. Marshall able to slip by. Got them both wrote down, Count. Thank you. Ronnie Wimberly back in this Ferrari this morning. Remember, no practice. He was not in the first race, did not qualify. And still incredibly impressive, the fact that he races completely with his mouth using a quad stick. As the lead battle is back underway, Adam and Wessel side by side through that final sector. Adam has the advantage coming back out. Oh, Wessel able to go deeper into these final turns. Adam got the better drive off. Now side by side, almost contact again. Adam pulls ahead through the final turn. Hey, good morning, Nishi. Hey, good morning, Manny. Thank you for the raid. And welcome in, Raiders. Hey, thank you, Manny. Wessel Stevens back to the lead. These two have been back and forth so much, and they are cutting it so close. You have to wonder if some point they keep this up, they could end up in a wadded pile of Mercedes metal. Wessel trying to break the draft down the front straightaway. Adam right there. Will he make the move into one? Not this time, but Rudolph is getting closer again. And now David Gallant less than 4 seconds behind Rudolph. He is inching closer. These two have been back and forth non-stop since the green flag. Adam still staying right in Wessel's tire tracks. It looked like Adam got the better run in that last turn as he's setting it up to the inside. Can't get the run this time. But Adam may have the better run in second out of this final turn. Looked like Adam may have had a little bit of a bobble coming out of that final turn, but it does look like he is closing the gap again. As David Barker pointed out, it is definitely going to be an interesting pit stop. We have not seen many tire changes this season with the cooler track temps. Despite the track temperature still coming up, now 89 degrees. A lot hotter than when they started race 2. I doubt many of the top 5 are going to take tires and risk losing ground. David Gallant back and forth, continuing to close in on Rudolph. Simon still holding on to 5th, Mike Marshall in 6th. Waleed won race number 1, but has had problems and is back in 7th. Jason Leonard currently in 8th. Ronnie Wimberly back in 9th. Wessel trying to put a little space between him and Adam. He's got a couple of car lengths going into the turn, but Adam just has been able to go so much deeper into this sector. The back and forth between these two so far this morning has been wild. Remember, coming into this morning, Wessel leads the points, but Adam Barker is the 9-time champ. So Adam definitely knows how to win a championship. Although, I do have to point out, Adam has not had Hello Kitty on the car all season. That might be why he's not leading the points. If Hello Kitty returns to the car, you never know what could happen. Nietzsche, how are you this morning, buddy? Count, normally Adam does have the Hello Kitty on the car, but for some reason this season it has not appeared. I stand corrected, it may be on the hood. See if we can get a look down from the chopper. Wow, Adam got a big run out of that sector. Side by side as they set into the next turn. This is where Adam has beat Wessel every time. Adam takes the lead, but Wessel right on his bumper. Wessel actually backed out of it. A very, very close call for Wessel and Adam. We did mention that the way these two have been back and forth, you gotta wonder if either car will survive. Adam trying to break the draft down the front stretch. Sets up into turn one. Wessel right there. Rudolph Gunther is in. Waleed is in right behind. Will either driver be taking tires here? A long drive down to pit road. Rudolph hits his stall. Does not look like tires are going on that car. Waleed hits his pit stall as well. Does not look like he is going to take tires. Fuel only stops this morning. Will either of the leaders come in this time? Both drivers go past the start-finish line. Or go past pit road entry, rather. And can confirm Hello Kitty is not on Adam's car. Simon Zierk is on his way in. Has been great to see Simon and his signature BMW back on track this morning. Simon heading for his stall. He hits it. Will the car go up for tires? And no tires for the BMW. It'll be fuel only as well. Oh, Wessel just overshot that turn in a big way. That is the first mistake we have seen out of Wessel all morning, and it has cost him almost 2 seconds. Adam Barker now has a 2.2 second lead over Wessel. David Gallant in third, Mike Marshall in fourth. Will that end up being the deciding moment of this race? Wessel does have some clean air now. Can he run him back down? Pit stops could also be the deciding moment. The top two skip pit road this time. And it looks like Gallant is giving up third. He heads in. Mike Marshall brings the Aston Martin in as well. Unlikely to see anybody take tires at this point. Now let's keep an eye on these two as they come in, and will, if anybody takes fresh tires, will it make a difference? The long, grueling, slow drive down pit road. Gallant is not taking tires, fuel only for him. Mike Marshall in the Aston hits his pit stall. The car has not gone up. It'll be fuel only for Mike Marshall as well. Adam Barker out front, Wessel in second, but Adam has pulled a bit of a gap. Waleed Feza just ahead down the straight though. How much does that help Wessel with the draft? Into turn one. It helped him by a couple tenths of a second. They are really hitting that curb hard, coming back out onto this backstretch. Wessel has got Jason Leonard is coming in. Wessel has got to hope he makes up some ground on pit road. He is now 2.5 seconds behind Barker. And the leader is on pit road. Wessel's coming with him. They carry as much speed as possible up to that yellow cone when they hit the pit road speed limiter. Both drivers heading for their pit stalls, with pit road speed here being extremely painful. All right, Adam hits his pit stall first. Wessel just ahead, fuel only for both drivers. It's going to come down to who has the faster pit crew this morning. Adam is rolling. Wessel is rolling as well. Pit stops almost identical. But Wessel Stevens a little bit slower onto pit road. Almost a 1.5 seconds slower pit stop time, overall pit road time, than Adam Barker has given Adam a 4.25 second lead. Ronnie Wimberly is on pit road, the final stop of the morning. With 17 minutes left to go, Barker has the lead. Wessel Stevens about 4.3 seconds back. Rudolph Gunther in third, about 5.7 seconds back. David Gallant back in fourth, 4.25 seconds back. Simon Zierk in fifth, Mike Marshall in sixth. Waleed Feza back in seventh, Jason Leonard in eighth, Ronnie Wimberly in ninth. Ronnie is still on pit road. Adam Barker came into this morning about 16 points, or I'm sorry, about 41 points behind Wessel in fourth. Roman Berg third in points, not here this morning. Rudolph Gunther came into this morning second in points, currently running in third. As they run now, this top five in points likely to tighten up a bit. David Gallant, after not finishing race one after that incident in turn one, started in ninth, has made his way up into fourth. He is reeling in Rudolph little by little, but still about 3.9 seconds back after pit stops. Gallant really needs the tail-happy Porsche to have some problems to get back into this one. Wessel Stevens is closing, now about 3.5 seconds back. Looks like Adam Barker did have a little bit slower lap. Is Adam conserving what he has left just in case? As we know, Wessel Stevens is definitely not conserving. He is pushing that car to its limit, trying to get back to the front. Hey, good morning, Roman. Where are you at? Fastest lap of the morning goes to Wessel Stevens, a 124.2. All right, Roman, that is an acceptable reason to miss the race this morning. Hope your wife gets to feeling better quickly, bud. Honestly, David, based on the times, I don't think Adam took any less fuel than Wessel. Adam was only a few hundredths of a second faster on pit road than Wessel. I think they have equal fuel, likely enough to make it to the end. As Adam has started to crank it back up again, Wessel is still the faster of the two at the moment. But not by much. Adam is flying around here. Ronnie Wimberly is still sitting on pit road. It does look like he may have had an incident before he went in. Let's see what happened. Looks like Ronnie may be slow. Yeah, it looks like he just pulled over and towed it in. Jason Leonard got a bit of a slowdown back in 8th. He is trying to burn that off. Meanwhile, Adam has started to pull away again, now 4.4 seconds over Wessel. Rudolph in 3rd, maybe in trouble. David Gallant, less than 2 seconds back now in 4th. Gallant is closing in quickly. Simon Zierk in 5th as Mike Marshall in 6th closing in. Don't forget, next Sunday we are at Hockenheim. One of my personal favorites. Followed 2 weeks from now, we're at Sebring, followed by Interlagos, Suzuka, Mount Panorama. How many will survive that? Watkins Glen, and we finish out the season at my favorite road course, Mugello. And don't forget tonight at 9 Eastern, the SMR X Series back on track. As the playoffs continue, after last week, we are down to 8 drivers in the playoffs. And of course, led by Cody the Dominator Burke, trying to get 20 wins this season. Can he get it done? David Gallant in 4th, still closing on Rudolph. He gains a lot of ground on the straightaways as that Porsche just lacks that straight line speed. But once they get into the twisty bits, the Porsche checks out. David, I can promise you nobody on track wants that. I may join one of their Week 13 fun races. It depends. We usually schedule plans on my weekends off. Road courses are a little bit harder for me nowadays, now that I have to drive with my hands, though. Roman, I promise you, you don't want to be on track with me. I am so rusty at road racing that I would leave debris on the track. David Gallant has just almost caught Rudolph's bumper. Oh, David, that would never happen. Ever. Adam Barker's lead, 4.5 seconds over Wessel. Rudolph still holds on to third, but for how much longer? Gallant had a little bobble out of that last turn. Roman, I'll be sick that day. Now this could be where Gallant gets him. Rudolph holds him off down the straight this time, but David inching closer. Yes, I'll have to water my fish that day. I need to put winter air in the car tires that day too. Adams' lead holds steady at 4.5 seconds. Wessel in second. With just a couple of laps left to go, but Adam may get into lap traffic here. Jason Leonard just ahead. That little bit of drafting help could make a big difference. Rudolph Gunther likely wishing he had some drafting help right about now. He is managing to keep Gallant at a distance. Gallant tends to reel him in down the straights, but again, the Porsche just faster through the turns. Adam likely to come out onto the front stretch right behind Jason. Might give him, oh no, Jason's gonna pull over and let him by. However, that brief moment did give Wessel a little bit of ground. And Wessel is actually closing in the gap now down to 3.7. Meanwhile, Gallant just 0.4 of a second behind Rudolph. They head back off into turn one. And Gallant right to his bumper. But Rudolph able to power out of the turn just a bit faster. Mike Marshall has also caught up to Simon Zierk. Wessel now right at 3 seconds behind Adam. but they are likely coming to the white flag. I don't think Wessel has enough time left unless Adam makes a catastrophic mistake. Barney the flagman waves the white flag one more time around for Adam. And that battle for third continues to heat up. Rudolph still maintaining the position. Gallant has been unable to get to him. Adams' lead holds at 3 seconds down the back straightaway. Wessel in second. Rudolph in third has a 0.7 of a second gap on Gallant in fourth. And here he comes. Adam Barker heads for the final turn, the final time. Out onto the front stretch. Barker will kiss the bricks. Adam wins at Indy. Wessel holds on to come home in second. And it looks like Rudolph Gunther will end up taking third. And let's see if we can talk to our top three, starting with Rudolph Gunther. Rudolph, it looked like those final laps got a little tense for you, but you held on to it.
Yeah, it was really intense. The Porsche lost all the tires. I had no grip anymore at the end, so David came closer and closer, and I listened to this nice engine sound, but I was able to hold him off.
Oh, it definitely worked out, man. It was it definitely got close a few times, but you held him off in a great finish. Congratulations, man.
Thanks, Doc.
Wessel Stevens coming home in second as him and Adam have become one big pile of Mercedes metal. Wessel, I have to say, the first half of that race, man, what a battle you two had.
It was a really good race with Adam. Like, unfortunately, he was the better driver today. But yeah, I really enjoyed that battle. Like, compliments to Adam for that race.
Oh man, it was definitely an awesome race and an awesome battle. A little bit of a shake-up in the points after this morning as well.
No, like, what the point standing is now exactly, but I think I murdered David at the first race, so I'm sorry to David for that, and that doesn't help the point standings as well, so.
Oh man, a heck of a race and a heck of a morning. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, man.
And finally, our winner, Adam Barker. Adam, you and Wessel had quite a battle, but more importantly, everybody in the comments agrees that you need to put Hello Kitty back on the car.
Oh, I thought she was on it. I thought she's not on. Is she not on the back?
I did not see her. We'll have to. If she is, you need a bigger one so it's more noticeable. We have a feeling you're not leading the points because Hello Kitty's not on the car.
Oh, right. Well, I'll try better. But yeah, really good race. Me and Wessel had a good, really good battle. He managed to get ahead at the start, and I was just quite comfortable sitting behind him, trying to save that little bit of fuel, keep the tires at a decent temperature, not burn them out too much, because I could see that the track temperature was rising quite quickly, and then use some of that pace that I'd saved after the pits, which just about worked. A little bit interesting at the end with all of the blue flags, but yeah, brought it home for a win.
Well, you definitely did, and a lot of close battling in the first half of this race. Looked like you two actually bounced off each other a little bit early on.
Yeah, it was definitely really close. We both didn't want to give up. I thought I might be a little bit quicker in just raw pace, so I tried to take control, but he was right there with me, so I just decided let him back in front, save that little bit of fuel, keep the tires in a good window, and come back strong for the last 20 minutes of the race with after the pit stop. So,
well, man, it definitely worked. A heck of a run tonight. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Adam Barker back in victory lane. Hey, thank you, Smooth Imperial. And thank you guys so much. Don't forget, tonight at 9 Eastern, we are back with SMR X Series. The playoffs continue, and man, we are in for a wild one there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope y'all had as much fun as we did. Man, what a morning. Have a great day, y'all.